everyone, welcome back. And this is another video on Tokyo Ghoul. This time it's me reviewing chapters 11 through 20. Okay, I finally finished, chapters 11 through 20. Okay. A couple days ago I put up my review of chapters 1 through 10. Well, this is 11 through 20, and right off the bat, I did notice a couple of changes between the Tokyo Ghoul anime and the Tokyo Ghoul manga. However, both of these changes I think are actually in the anime's favor, and I'm going to explain why. Okay. First, Amon. Really, I'm just gonna be frank with you here. I think Amon is kind of a douche in this game, okay? Like, in this manga, okay? I'm not kidding. Like, I guess you could say he kind of was in the anime, but he's even more so in the manga. And the reason is because by this time in the anime, we at least got some sort of foreshadowing that they were actually going to deepen his character, okay? He had a personal grudge against the ghouls, even before Mado's death, okay? So, for him, it wasn't about humans versus ghouls. It was about him versus ghouls. His personal grudge against the ghouls, and really, I'm not getting that here, okay? He just seems like a grade A fucking douchebag in the manga, and I liked how his character was constructed in the anime a lot better, at least so far, okay? Because I actually thought he was a really likable character in the anime, and I just don't here in the manga. Okay, so I actually thought that the little bit of changes that they made to his character in the anime, at least at this point, were for the better. Okay? In my opinion. I really do think so. And the other major change that I noticed about the anime and manga, oh god, what was it? Shit. There was like one other major change. I have some other stuff to talk about the manga, so I'll talk about that first, and hopefully it'll come back to me. But other stuff I want to talk about is the art. Don't get me wrong, I really like the art in this season, or in this manga. I really do. Granted, I like the art better in the anime, and that's usually the case for me. Okay, really it is, but it's very seldom when a manga's art, at least for me, will surpass the anime's art, regardless of whether the manga came out first or last, whatever. But there is a specific thing I want to complain about. That's the way a lot of the characters' faces are drawn when they're like shocked or angry or sad or something like that. There's just a lot of dirt faces drawn in this manga, okay? I remember what I was going to talk about before, but I'll get to it in a sec. So yeah, there's a lot of dirt faces drawn in this manga, and I don't know why, they just seem unsettling to me, and there's something that most people probably won't notice at all, but I notice it, so I have to mention it. It's not a major complaint, remember, it's just something that I noticed, so I thought I'd mention. Like, overall, I think the manga's art's really solid. I do. I think it's really good. Like, overall, at least so far. Okay. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was Hinami's father. Okay. We know that Hinami's father is dead. In the anime, they actually showed a scene with Mado killing him. In the manga, they didn't. And I like it that they showed it in the anime. That's a major difference, but I like that. And the reason is because I find it easier to care about a character's death and the people he or she left behind when they actually show the death, okay? Instead of just bringing it up out of nowhere. I'm just saying, I thought that the way they did it in the anime was a lot better, so that, again, that's another major change that they made to the anime that I thought benefited the story overall, okay? Now, I'm not really going to get into censorship because at this point it should be obvious, two things should be obvious at this point. One, that the anime is almost always going to be censored. Very few cases where it's not. Okay, so it's not really something to complain about, unless they do stupid-ass censors like the fucking terraformer censors. Those are just garbage. But serious. And also that obviously the DVDs and BDs and Blu-rays and whatnot will remove all of the censors. Okay. So, you know, if you want to watch it uncensored, there's a reason for you to actually buy them. Buy the physical copies. So, okay, so, yeah, there's always that. So I'm not really going to get too... I really don't want to get too far into the fact that the manga's uncensored and the anime's not in these reviews, because unless it's the censors like Terraformers once had, I really don't think it's worth complaining about, quite honestly. Okay. So, anyways, other than that, like I said, there were those two major things that I did mention that were that were different between the anime and the manga, but I think they benefited the story overall that they were changed in the anime. They made Amon's character a lot more likable, and they also made me care about Hinami and Fueguchi a lot more. The fact that Hinami lost her father, and, you know, Fueguchi lost her husband, obviously, and made me sympathize with him a lot more because we actually got to see the death. They didn't just bring it up out of nowhere. Okay, that's something that I actually really hate when they do. Is they just bring up a character's death out of nowhere and expect me to give a fuck. Like, no. Sorry, but it doesn't work that way, okay? I'm sorry, but it doesn't. So, those are the only two major changes that I detected, and I consider them to be good changes. So, what's the issue here again? Like, I'm loving it as much as I love the anime, and I really fucking love the anime. Here's the thing. Like, obviously, the anime was cut short, even though there's a season 2, so what the fuck. And, coming out anyways. And I heard that the torture scene as well as the white hair Kaneki scene was kind of rushed. So once it gets to that point, then I'll definitely be looking out a lot more for a lot of big changes, okay? I will, I'm being honest here. But until then, I'm not really expecting much, because I've read 20 chapters of the series, and so far, for the most part, it's been a near-perfect adaptation, and the two major changes that I've seen so far in these 20 fucking chapters I thought were good changes. Anyways, so they're non-issues. They are not issues whatsoever. Okay, so other than that, very good chapters. Very good chapters. And by the way, did I mention yet that I really love Toka? Because I really love Toka. Honestly, like, I really fucking love Toka as a character. I think she's so fucking awesome. And yeah, she's probably my favorite character in the series. Like, up to the end of Tokyo Ghoul, well, because Tokyo Ghoul anime she was. So I assume that up at least until that point in the manga, she's going to be my favorite character. Now, obviously, the first manga has like 143 chapters plus quite a few like special chapters. And then there's of course Tokyo Ghoul Re, which started recently, which is the sequel manga to it. Okay, so obviously there's a lot more of Tokyo Ghoul left, and I could very well change my views on Toka later, or maybe I won't, but I'll meet another character or another female character, wherever that will surpass her in my eyes. Highly doubtful, but it could very well happen. But for the time being, I really fucking love Toka. I really do. Like, she's one of my favorite anime females now. Okay, like, she really is. Stacking up there to me with Saber from Fate. And that's saying a lot. Okay, it really is. But anyways, overall, I really enjoyed these 10 chapters, alright, chapters 11 through 20, and I cannot wait to read the next 10, 21 through 30. And once again, once I do read the next 10 chapters, I'll be making another video on it to basically tell my thoughts. I'm not too sure at what point in manga, we see the torture scene, and then eventually white-haired Kaneki appears. I really don't know at what point, so that's definitely going to be a surprise to me because I don't know at what point in the manga that actually happens, but either way, I really love these chapters. No huge complaints. No colossal complaints for me so far. Okay? I really love these chapters as much as I love this portion of the anime. I'm not sure how... Also, I do want to mention before I end this video is that I'm not sure how much each episode... How many chapters each episode of the anime adapted from the manga. I'm not sure if by 20 chapters we would be at episode 10 yet. Meaning that they would have adapted like 2 chapters per episode. It was 12, I believe, episodes in the series. So if that was the case, then that means like chapter 22 would probably be at least at the torture scene, which would mean that's where, you know, the pacing would have probably gotten rushed in the anime and whatnot. But I really don't know. I'm just guessing here, making theories and whatnot about it. But I really don't know myself. So anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. After you guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.